You're listening to Productivity Monsters in the Morning. We are the energy volt your real estate business needs to get you up and out and excited and productive for the day. We go over trending topics and things that really matter in the market of the moment. Here are your hosts, Tiffany Hampton and Brooke Silva.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It was so fun hanging out with you yesterday.
It was. I left you all those snacks in your corner. I didn't eat any.
Thank you.
So now you have snacks. You have snacks.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about the curse of knowledge.
Oof.
It's Thursday. Can we go deep?
We can go deep because can I tell you, this is one of my soapbox things. Because I feel so sad for people when they say to me, because you heard it happen yesterday multiple times, stupid question. There are no stupid questions. I hate that we live in a society where people think they have to tell me they're dumb because they don't know something. If I had to say I was dumb all day like that, when I don't understand something and I can't find the answer, I can't even imagine the position I would be in. And part of that is because the leaders around us sometimes forget that just because you have your license doesn't mean you know what you're doing. It's so you don't go to real estate fake jail, right? Like it's, uh-oh, is the dog going crazy?
No, my battery, I didn't plug it in. I haven't plugged in my computer yet. Keep going though. Because it's a true statement, right? Like, and here's the piece. You said leadership. I'm going to say buyers and sellers.
So I think it starts where we are home base for our business. If people are not helping you, not pouring into you, I also think this is why some of our launch coaches fry out, is because repetitively we teach the same thing over and over and over. At the end of the day, I can't imagine. The basics are so important. Why are we not teaching those every day to every human, not new people? Like, if we went into every class, every meeting, every session with a learning mindset, maybe people wouldn't walk up to us and be like, this is the dumbest question. I'm like, there are no dumb questions. It's because you don't know it, or you need a jog. You need a memory jog.
Right. And I think for those that have been in the industry or any industry, 20, 10, 5, 30 years, some of us have the mindset that people just know because we know. And it's not true.
I hate that because as a child who grew up struggling to learn, as an adult who struggles to learn, just because it's out in the world doesn't mean I understand it. Maybe I've heard it. The other thing is maybe you're not ready to hear it, right? Somebody asked me yesterday, how can I learn all of Khmer real quick? And I said, I can sit down and brain dump. I said, but it doesn't matter what I teach you. You're only going to hear what's important to your business right now.
Mm-hmm.
So where are you killing it? Where do you need some help?
Well,
and we went back to that.
The other piece of that is you can sit in a 3-hour class today and learn something and sit in that same exact 3-hour class that's taught the same exact way by the same exact person and hear it completely different.
You can. And at the end of the day, when people come to you and they ask the same questions over and over, I look at myself and I say, what am I doing wrong that I'm not? And I know you know, I don't love that phrase, but when I get the same person in the same class, do they need a kick in the pants, or do I need to change strategy and tactic to help an adult learner find the path to getting the answers they need? Where am I going wrong? Because at the end of the day, if you keep coming to the same class for the same small thing, I'm missing the mark with you. And maybe it's me, and maybe I'm being the knowledge thief where I assume because you've been to this, you understand the basics.
I've no idea what book I read it in or what class it came from, but the philosophy of where am I wrong, right? And if something goes wrong, for example, and I'll use the example, if you get hit by a car crossing the street, right? And it's extreme, but it was used in the book.
Right.
You're hit by a car walking across the street. Where were you wrong? What did
Right,
you, where was your DNA in that situation? And people don't like to hear that.
No.
And yet, I mean, even though you're in a crosswalk, did you look both ways?
Right. Did you hit the button? I know my husband yells at me for just not pushing the button and just walking.
Yeah.
I'm
Right?
walking here.
You know,
And being wrong. I accept blame if I get hit in a crosswalk because I have the mentality that I'm a pedestrian.
yeah, but anything you look at, you know, when you push blame or they should have knew that, everybody's walking a different walk. And let's take it to our clients, right? Like we do leadership, so our agents are our clients, but our
Yep.
agents, clients, buyers and sellers, if you've done 300 transactions, you could do it in your sleep. We have to remember sometimes, well, yeah, sometimes, you know, it's been 15 years since they bought a house.
Right. Just because they're not a first-time home buyer doesn't mean they're a first-time shift market buyer or seller.
Yeah.
Right.
And it takes a few minutes. Like, and here's my thing. I walk both lines on this. I do wholeheartedly believe giving everyone in life a checklist, including my children, right?
I do too.
This is how we do things, right? And there's explanation on top of that. So working with a buyer or a seller, this is everything we're going to do through the process. And there's 184 things that you do throughout a real estate transaction, right? And here's the list, especially depending on their personalities, right?
Right.
And then you brief over it.
Yep.
And then you ask questions. Where do you get additional information?
And how many times do you and I say in conversations with people, we are going to go over a lot. You may not understand, or it may not mean anything today, but we need to say the things out loud so that when you do hear it again, your ears are going to perk up and you're going to know you've heard it before. Mm-hmm. It may not make sense to your business now, but we have to tell you now, just like your clients. There's a lot that goes into buying and selling a house. This may be overwhelming, but I need to say it to you so that way when it happens in the process, or if you have questions, we can answer them as we go. So we're communicating. It all comes down to communicating. Here's my big favor too of everyone we get to interact with. Stop saying you're dumb. Stop saying you're stupid, because you're not. Stop saying you're not tech savvy, because you're not. Because I'll make you go back to rotary and horse and buggy. We've got to get into this learning mindset, because you are allowed to learn. The other thing is you're allowed to teach. You teach your clients every day. You teach the people around you. Take a breath, back up, put yourself in, I'm here to absorb. I'm here to learn. Your affirmation is, I deserve to learn. It's what I live by. Yep. And at the end of the day, give yourself a chance. Give yourself 15 minutes to try to solve a problem, get an answer, learn something, and then stop banging your head against the wall if you're stuck, and reach out to the people in the world that can help you. Because we don't think you're stupid. We don't think you're dumb. It is our absolute pleasure to share what we know to try to help you do better business, be a better agent, and help your clients.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, you know, just to put a pin in that, the reason we do a buyer consultation and a seller consultation, I don't know about the people that you're in business with, but I would go over the purchase and sale with both of them at the initial buyer consultation or the initial seller consultation, because they need to hear it more than once, to your point. Right? So if I could say, remember when we went over this? Well, this is where we're at right now, and explain it again. This idea that people just know is not true.
Give yourself some grace when it comes to this. Adult learners are so hard on themselves because we all come with these biases and like learning PTSD, whether it was good maybe you were a superstar at school, valedictorian, then you get into this world and you struggle, or maybe vice versa. You've always sucked at school, so you hate it, and now you hate learning as an adult, but it's necessary. It's so necessary. So give yourself grace, ask for help. Try first. There's so many resources out there. Give yourself 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, reach out for help.
Yep. And repeat it more than once.
Yeah, I need to.
Yeah.
I need to. Imagine yourself as your kid or someone young in your life trying to tie their shoes. If they can't tie it on the first time, do you sit there and berate that small child for being an idiot? You're doing the same things to yourself. Stop berating yourself for not knowing something you've never been a part of.
Yep.
All right, friend.
Have a good day.
You have a good day, and I'll see you on some meeting, I'm sure, at some point.
Absolutely. Talk to you later.